So just a quick review of everything I think you will need, or well, definitely I use, you know, in case I need to open a package. I always have my little trusty friend right here. When you're working on a computer, sometimes you will need more than one container. This is to hold screws. So, you know, if it's more than one, I should have labels with me, because sometimes I do label. If it is that many screws, I will label where I took the screws out. But having a container is a must, you know. So container, magnifying glass. Sometimes you gotta get it up close and personal and really like look for something. Like when I was first taking the laptop apart, I had a hard time finding that locking mechanism, and I was like wondering, why isn't it coming out? And I was looking and looking, and then I got my magnifying glass, got up close and saw it, and then I just flipped it up. So you always want to have something that helps your eyes. Gloves. Depending on if the computer, laptop is dirty, or whatever you're working on is dirty, or you just feel better having on a pair of gloves while working on equipment, it never hurts to have a pair of gloves around. So, and then the most important thing, as you can see, I have different bits in here because different computers, laptops have different screws and things of that nature, and you want to have a wide variety of sizes to work with. So, and then the way how this works is the bottom just keeps turning and turning, so you don't have to turn your wrist. You place it in your palm, you use 2 fingers or 3, and you just turn. So, and in case you need to really get in there deep, get your trusty extender, and there you go. Now you have the ability to get into a motherboard, get access to a motherboard or wherever you need to on the computer. And if you need to take out a small piece, little clipper.
Tweezers? Are they clippers or tweezers?
I call them clippers, but tweezers I think is actually the proper word.
Well, I can't really see them from the shot.
So
put them down on the...
Okay. So sometimes you know, when you use something so long, you just give it your own name, even though that's me. That's my thing. So, you know, 21 Gamers understands.
Well, right. I'm a woman, so I use stuff like that for my eyebrows.
Oh.
Although not like quite like that, but.
So you know, just to reiterate, you always want to have the proper tools needed when you are working on equipment, whether it's yours or someone else's. Definitely if it's someone else's, you want to give the best quality work. You have to have the proper equipment, because you don't want to damage your equipment or someone else's equipment. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it wherever. My main toolkit is not actually from them, but I have used their equipment. I fix it. They have a set. But for me, I feel they're a little bit overpriced. So this is we'll say Chinese knockoff, but works perfectly. Bits are magnetic on the side, so that way the screws don't flop all over, unless you're just clumsy like me. But other than that,
well, that's also why you have a container too. You can put stuff in.
Yes.
So they don't roll away.
Yes. Best advice I can give you: always be prepared. Hey everybody, how are you doing today? This is your friendly neighborhood tech guy, Wyne Tech Bytes. Today I'll be working on a Dell Inspiron 5000. Besides my main job, I also work on computers, tearing down laptops, PCs, and other things. Like as I said, I have a Dell Inspiron right here. The issue with this was that the screen was fuzzy and it was duplicating. Not duplicating, it was more of like imagine you seeing the Dell and then there was a shadow of Dell behind it. I hope that's a good example. It was a shadow, as you could say, on the screen. When I plugged it in, which I will show y'all later in the video, I plugged it into my secondary monitor that I use for when I'm working on laptops or other people's computer to see when there's an issue with the screen, if it's the screen or if there's an issue with it, maybe there's a driver. So when I plugged this in on my secondary monitor, it showed up perfectly. This was around the time when 21 Gamers said, why not make a video? And then I was like, oh, you're right. As you can see, there is no monitor. I took that out. Here's the old monitor right here. If you can see, this is the bezel. Has the hole for the camera, the Dell logo. So you'll see, this will be back in a little bit. This is 5 years or so old. All right, so I'm gonna close it. So the first thing you do before you work on any computer, laptop, not a phone. I'm just gonna toss that out. Not phones, because you can't take the batteries out of phones, unless you have a really old phone that still has the battery that's removable. On a laptop, desktop, you take the battery out or you remove power that is going to set unit. You don't want to fry apart or cause something to burn out. Always safety first, and safety for you and safety for the product. Here is the battery. I had already taken it out. Here's my trusty tool. It came in a kit with over about 40 different bits when I'm working on people's equipment at home. I have another one that I work on people's equipment when I go to their home. So some people might ask why you have two toolkits. I'm like, you know what? In case I leave it at work or wherever, you know, I always have one with me. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, and I also forgot my trusty magnifying glass because I wear glasses and I still need a little help. Here's the new monitor. Let's crack this open.
Now, you ordered this off of Amazon.
Yes, I did.
Price point?
It was $79. I looked around, I saw some people were selling it for like $90. Usually if you go directly to the manufacturer, it's always a little extra. You know, just to save a few extra dollars. You know, I'm all about saving dollars and getting the best quality out there.
Well, plus, and you were looking for something, I think you said a pinpoint, or what were you looking for specifically when you were looking to order?
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, 21. Let me bring the old one back out. Okay. So right here, this is the connector for the laptop. So it comes in 30 or 40 pins. That's where the magnifying glass comes in. I was looking on the site to try and find it, but I was having a hard time. So you could just do it manually by putting the magnifying glass and literally counting each pin. So this is a 30 pin laptop. When you are ordering a monitor, make sure you order the right one with the right amount of pins, because it will give you the correct name, everything matches up, and then it will say 40 pin or 30 pin. And if you get a 40 pin one and you need a 30 pin one, you're gonna have to return it and wait a little longer. And nobody wants that.
So you're saying it'll help pinpoint the right one?
Yeah, so now I see why you were making that joke.
Actually,
Let's do a little applause for 21 Gamers.
Slow clap. No, but really, I thought it was pinpoint. I was being sincere when I knew it was something with pins. I thought it was a pinpoint.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I love popping bubble wrap. For the video's sake, I will not do it. But if you want an ASMR video one day of me popping bubble wrap, I will gladly make the sacrifice for everyone. Okay, so as you can see here, it says, please remove screen film before installing bezel. So, which I showed the bezel earlier. What I will do, plug in the screws, 4 screws. I don't know if you can see them or not.
I think you can kind of hear them.
Yeah, all right, there you go. You hear some screws. There are 4 screws in there. So I'm gonna plug them in, set up the monitor, and all right. So the first screw is gonna go here. Then the next screw is gonna go directly underneath it. Then the next screw after that will go over here, and then again, directly underneath it. So this is the part that is the 30 pin connector that connects to the monitor. So that will be the first thing I do. I'm going to plug it in. Can't see it, but there's a locking mechanism right here. So I will plug it in and then push this down to lock it in place. And then this tape is an extra protection that I believe to hold it in place. Locked in, and boom, boom. I don't know if you heard that snapping sound. That was it locking into place. All right, so now I'm going to fold it up. All right. All right. Make sure it's nice and snug. There we go. When I am replacing a monitor, I always go diagonally. The reason is because I'm locking it in technically from both sides. I feel it holds it in better for the remaining screws. As you can see, I put it in my palm, and this piece right here allows for it to just turn. So it's easier to do than doing using your whole hand. So, you know, tools like this really come in handy. So you always want to have the proper tools for the proper job. Going to peel this piece off, the film off. Are you ready for a little ASMR, 21?
We'll see.
Brand new screen. Ooh, can you see it? I'll be honest, I've peeled off other monitors and it makes like a little sound, but this one isn't. It's just like coming right off nice and quiet. The bezel will make a comeback. So I'm just gonna place it here right now for now, just so I can show you all something. You might not really actually change a screen on a desktop. I might make a video about why, but it's very complicated to get into right now. But on a laptop, when you're doing it, one, always look up your laptop and find out the proper procedures. You can find that information on the website. Might have to do a little digging, but it's there. For this one, it's best to go from the sides and pop out, and then work your way up a little bit and work your way down, and then as you work your way down, you pop right here, and then you continue around and you pop it out slowly. And then these two pieces will be in there, so you'll pull it forward and then pop out. Depending on how old your laptop is, sometimes it is, I don't want to say it's fused, but it needs a little bit of monkey grease. Is that the saying?
Elbow grease?
Elbow grease. Oh my goodness.
Like when you have to put a little work into it.
Yes. I am not good with sayings, but I try. I try very hard. I'll get it right one day. This is what you're supposed to encourage me about. I'm gonna get it right, 21 gamers.
Eventually. Well, maybe that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
So we could pinpoint what you're saying right or not saying right.
Yes.
Ha
Okay.
ha ha. Pinpoint.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, did you hear it? Snapped right into place. Oh, all right, there we go.
Sounds like Lego bricks when you put them together sometimes.
21's been on Legos for some reason. She wants some Legos very badly. You always want to keep going around, making sure that everything is pushed in. Not too hard, because you don't want to break anything, but just enough to make sure you know, it pinches. Because everything has certain spots where it pinches into. And there we go. We will close it. Flip it over. And we shall return the battery to its proper location. Let's see. All right, there we go.
Now, how do you take it out?
The battery?
Yeah.
Push this.
So what are you pushing?
The locking mechanism.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is that like a slider?
So yes, you slide it over and it will automatically eject it. And then you roll back, pull out, and there we go. Let's see if there's still some juice left in the battery. And let's take a look.
I doubt it.
I think I did charge. I'm pretty sure I charged this. So, power button. Okay, starting up. Battery is low. Battery is low, but that's okay. Hey! So, what I was saying before is you would have seen a shadow of the word Dell.
Well,
like right next to it.
Actually, I am getting a reflection off the camera, so I am getting like a double.
Okay, well, for the human eyes, you are not seeing that right now. Unless my eyes are not working because I wear glasses.
No, I'm getting a reflection off the lens.
Okay, alright, so my eyes are good. Yeah. I have one.
I adjusted it so you don't see the reflection, but...
Okay, alright. Alright, everyone. I hope you, this video will probably be out after the holidays. I hope you had a great holiday, and until next time, have a great day.